But that's what we sometimes see people do in e-commerce when they're starting their business. I didn't just do it based on a hunch, I did it based on data.
Say that somebody is going to get over that fear and will make a start, but how do they really identify a unique opportunity within the dropshipping landscape?
Yeah, well, when it comes to finding the right niche, the right suppliers, the right market to go into, data is king when it comes to this. Data is absolutely paramount. I mean, leveraging the data analysis can help you spot those trends and the niches that are going to work for you despite the competition that might be present. So I think that's the thing you need to be aware of. We have 9 different data validation criteria that we guide you through in kind of over-the-shoulder tutorials. We walk you through, this is how we look at a market, this is how we do it. So we're not going into any market just because you have a gut feeling it might work or we're wedded to it. When I hear those terms, that's like I hear alarm bells, because I think, are you going to be blind to what the data's telling you here? Because we want to ultimately stack the deck in your favor. We want to make sure that you have the highest chance of success possible. And to do that, you need to make sure you're looking at the numbers, because those are the things that will start to rear their head as you grow the business and as you start to bring in customers. You'll realize there is demand there. Okay, right, I've got a stable business throughout the year. Okay, I've got a prevalent list of suppliers that are all happy and willing to dropship with me. There's lots of things that we would look for before we even go about building the store. So many people kind of say, I'm set on this because I'm passionate about it. And I'm like, but could you be passionate about a business that makes you hundreds of thousands a year in profit and maybe not so passionate about the products that you actually sell yourselves? Like, if you just sold something that was relatively boring but made you an absolute fortune, would that be okay? And usually they're like, yeah, actually that would be fine. And you start to transition from like, oh, okay, so I'm not necessarily having to be passionate about the products or the brand. And you can be. If you can meet both, they're amazing. But if you're not, that's okay, because you can just be passionate about the entrepreneurship drive of building the business and launching the brand. And that's the thing that I think people fall into the trap of. So yeah, I mean, we follow the data to ensure that whenever we enter a market, there's clear demand, there's huge opportunity to grow, and it's set up for success from the outset. When we get through to the process of signing suppliers and building and running our ads, we're just going through the motions because we've already checked all the boxes, you know?
Yeah, and that data will point us towards the opportunities that are out there. I think when people have the fears about being too competitive to start, often that's your brain trying to be logical. And I think of myself quite a logical person that tries to think things through before making decisions. And that might be you as well if you've got that real question in your mind about how much competition there is out there at the moment. But what can really help you overcome that fear is having data that's completely impartial, that backs up the fact that there are opportunities out there in e-commerce. So by choosing a niche based on data instead of a passion, you can then get rid of those fears about competition, because you can see, well, that's how much demand there is for this niche. That's whether there's any competition in the market already. And you know that there's already people selling, there's the right amount of price per product. And you've got all of these different data points that are telling you that this is going to be a success. And you can become passionate about that, whatever that market is. So once we spot these opportunities by using the data to point us in the right direction, how can we then make the most of them?
Yeah, well, let's break it down quickly. We'll kind of run through how we actually use that data and make the most of it, as you say. So first thing is high quality UK suppliers. They're going to be the backbone of a really strong dropshipping business. And that means working with top UK suppliers to ensure that you can offer your customers fast, hopefully next day delivery, certainly within 1 to 2 working day delivery. And that will really boost customer trust, customer satisfaction, customer feedback, reviews, brand loyalty, you know, all of these things that we really want in a long-term sustainable business. I was booking a hotel for an event that I'm speaking at in London in a few weeks. And I was using the filters on the hotel booking service. It was Trivago, the one I was using. And I was like, you know, when you say, okay, I only want a hotel that's reviewed 4 stars or above, I only want it to have these facilities, so that I could just whittle down from hundreds of hotels in London to like the 1 or 2 that were within the 0.2 miles radius from the event, had all of the facilities that I needed and were highly rated. I didn't just log in and be like, I've got a real gut feeling that there's going to be a hotel around the corner. And I don't know, I'm just passionate about a hotel that I think might be there and I'm going to go for it. Like, it would be crazy to do that. But that's what we sometimes see people do in e-commerce when they're starting their business. I didn't just do it based on a hunch, I did it based on data. If it was terribly rated and, you know, or there wasn't even one in the area, then I would have been stuck, right? So I had to whittle it down. And in e-commerce, we do the same thing. We whittle it down. We're not wedded to any one particular niche. We use our UK specific data-driven criteria to go down from a list of ideas. And we show you how to even generate the list of ideas in the first place and really get it down to the finalists, as we call them, that are your niches, your product ideas that are going to work and you've already proven that they'll work because they're already working out there. And another way that you can maximize the opportunity that's out there is using something like a Google Ads new campaign type, which is its Performance Max campaign or PMax campaign type. Now, it's a real sharp campaign that can pull in potential buyers into your store. So from Google, from YouTube, from Google Shopping, from Google Search, text ads, display banners. These are incredible tools that can make sure that your products don't go unnoticed. And because you've already validated that there's an existing market, they're in high demand, that, all the criteria that we look through, there's price stability. We know that when we get those products in front of people with the right compelling marketing message and the right conversion tactics, we're going to start making sales. And the Performance Max campaign types are a savior for us as marketers, because the old way of doing that would have required so many different bits and pieces and audiences and overlapping, retargeting stuff with different messaging, so much additional faff and admin that we can just completely avoid now, because we can just use with one campaign that works incredibly well with AI powered, machine learning powered optimization strategies. So that's definitely one. Having said that, once you have your campaign live, regular optimization of both your campaign, but also your store and all of the marketing elements of your store as well will be key. So making sure that you're staying ahead by tweaking your product offerings, maybe optimizing your titles, your meta descriptions, your SEO attributes, like all of the things that you can do to really start to fine tune and boost your offering. And listen to your customers as well. Like we said earlier in the episode, hone your messaging in to ensure that it resonates with them. If you're getting on customers phone you up and say, I would buy this, but what I really need is this, this, and this with it, create like a bundle deal. Do something that resonates with your customers, that if one person's told you that they're thinking that, there are probably 1,000 more people who haven't told you, but were thinking it, hit your store and then just left because you didn't have what they needed. So when customers give you this feedback, even if they don't buy there and then, that's a gift that you can use and be like, oh, let's test that. Let's see if there is appetite for that in our customer base. So yeah, if UK suppliers interest you, I'd recommend listening to the episode 22 of the Dropship Unlocked podcast, which was titled How to Sign UK Dropshipping Suppliers. In that episode, we explained exactly how to find and then sign UK suppliers who sell those high-priced, high-profit products, and the ones that can offer next-day delivery as well to your customers too. So definitely check out that episode. It was episode number 22 of the Dropship Unlocked podcast.